Hello, good people. This is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker, coming back at you live once again from the Lone Star State with another edition of the Media Mike Speaks. All right, good people. I know this COVID thing, whatever we have going on, has been going on, and they are predicting we may be out of this within a year. I don't know, but I ran across this story, and it's part of it's coming from the Rolling Stone. So YouTube, hey, don't flag me. I'm only reporting the news. This is what the Media Mike Speaks does. So don't hate the messenger, or don't ban the messenger, I would say. And good people, you may or may not remember him, this man, Michael Flynn, Lieutenant General Michael Flynn. So, he was former Trump's advisor. Now, he's pushing a theory that the COVID-19 vaccines are being snuck into salad dressing. The thing is, I don't know, they're saying there's no evidence. We're going to talk about this. But they're saying that his rant may have been a reference to an ongoing study on growing produce that could potentially contain vaccine material, but it is unclear. But we're going to talk about that. And that's what concerns me here. So I don't know, good people. I don't know. I really don't know. But that what concerns me, and we're going to talk about this right here. So let's take a look here. The fact-checking site, and we're going to jump right into this. And this is Snops. It's not Snoops because it's no two O's. It's Snops. Found that Flynn's rant might have been an indirect reference to an ongoing preliminary study about growing produce that could contain the mRNA vaccine material without needing to be deep frozen. The study is being conducted by the University of California, Riverside, which said in a news release that it was working on growing plants that could contain the immunization capabilities of a single COVID-19 shot. And as you see here, good people, it goes on to read, there's no evidence that COVID-19 vaccines will be infused into salads or their dressings. So what are you saying? Oh, that it's not going to be infused into salad? But what, in spinach, cabbage, greens, vegan burgers? Okay, so why are you doing it? Now, why would you be using mRNA medication to grow plants? Again, why would you be using mRNA medication to grow plants? Very concerning, good people. Very concerning. Now, as you know, Michael Flynn is no longer a general, no longer the national security advisor. He's no longer in the military. He resigned under the Trump administration. And no longer a credible figure in mainstream conservatism. But what I do know is that you don't get that high in the food chain or go that far up the food chain without knowing a few things. Now, this hasn't stopped him from becoming one of the most powerful influencers among the nether regions of the megaverse. So, he has spent the bulk of the year spreading conspiracy theories, as they have said. It wouldn't be hard to argue that he's at or near the height of his popularity. The world of disinformation grifters can be a ruthless one, though, as Flynn found out this week. One minute you're calling out the devil for doing his work through condiments, the next you're being called out as the devil yourself. Now, this is what he's saying. Now, on Monday, Flynn appeared on Thrive Time show, Business School Without the BS, a podcast clearly meant to drive business to host Clay Clark's business coaching program, The Ventures of Affiliated Snake Oil Salesman and Clark's Health Focus Reawaken America Tour, featuring Flynn and other notable names, Mike Lindell, The Pillow Guy, for instance. Most of the tour's upcoming dates as listed as sold out. So whatever this is going here, I guess the group of them are concerned here. Now, the interview with Flynn begins with a lot of talk about waking up to reality, followed by Clark claiming that PCR COVID tests are rigged, and that once you're into the hospital, doctors give you drugs developed by George Soros to cure you. Well, I don't know how true this is, good people, but General Flynn, former General Flynn that is, seems pissed off. You know, when people get upset who may or may not know things, begin to tell secrets, things that make you go, Now, I don't know, but this is something that it's interesting that really needs to be looked into. I mean, I don't know. I just want to know why they're using the mRNA medication to grow plants. That part I don't get. That really concerns me. Now, it is a pastor named Rick Wiles, who too has alleged that COVID vaccines are part of a mass, he says, death campaign, unquote, announced recently that he has turned on Flynn after they've had some issues. So I don't know what this is all about. Now, Rick Wiles, Pastor Wiles, used to be a fan. When Flynn was forced out of his positions as National Security Advisor in 2017, Wiles said it was only because Flynn knew the truth about Pizzagate and that a cabal of devil-worshipping Luciferian demon-possessed maniacs, this is a quote here, was running the world, unquote. Kind of sounds like Illuminati. I'm just saying, I don't know. But the quote goes on here, you are an absolute fool to continue supporting Michael Flynn. Wiles says, who's next? They're being outed. But even as they're being outed, people continue to follow them because people love to be deceived. They love to be deceived, unquote. That's the pastor speaking on Michael Flynn and I guess the elites. I don't know. And you may be correct, sir. Yes, it seems some people do like to be deceived. Kind of like the definition of NASA in Hebrew. Just saying, you can look this up, good people. You see, there is an old saying, good people, that it is easier to fool a man than to convince a man that he has been fooled. Now I'm going to leave you with that to draw your own conclusion from. This is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.